And I've always found it fascinating how the elevation change drastically affects what the weather does. Like, obviously there's snow on the mountain there, but here at the lower elevation there's not nearly as much snow on any of the trees, or on the grass for that matter. Yeah, just an interesting observation for you guys. First snowfall with like proper accumulation. We'll see how many inches we got. That's probably like 3 inches that fell.
The clips in this vlog are in chronological order, but may be up to a month old.
It's a lot. And because where I am in Pennsylvania, the roads have no salt on them because they're too cheap to put salt on them. You suck, Pennsylvania. All right, for what it's worth, I just got to daycare where I'm dropping off the kid. And, well, you guys see it's snowing super hard. And the roads are super bad. I have some decent high-end, like, not all seasons, all-terrain tires, you could say. Cooper Discover's AT3. That's what I have. And they were sliding all over the place, even in four-wheel drive. I have snow tires. I have Nokian Hakkapeliitta tires. And I wonder... I mean, they do a little bit better in the snow and ice. I bet they'd probably do fantastic today. Because it's snow on snow. And snow grips snow really well, but snow doesn't grip rubber very well. And that's what snow tires do, is they grab the snow so it's snow on snow and not bare rubber on snow. So I think I'm going to have to put those on like today or tomorrow or maybe the next day when it's not like this. Yeah. At home we had like 3 inches. There's probably 5 inches here at daycare. I mean, look at my foot going through the snow there. Okay, just to be clear why I'm making this point, it's abnormally snowy this early in November. I guess that's what I should have started with. Of course, a high pressure system came in right behind the snow and melted everything. So same day, 6 inches melted, gone.
This is an old wall from the original building. It was an exterior wall, and then it was framed in for horses, which were on the right side. And now, because my structure does not need that for support, it's being removed for extra room downstairs, along with, less being in the way. So I removed the sheathing from both sides, and there's just a course of concrete block that needs demoed out of there. I'm using a sledgehammer to just break it up. And then you'll see here up in the corner, I'm breaking off the block. So part of a block is going to remain in the wall, and I'm going to wall over it. And the rest of it is just getting knocked out and removed completely.
Well, I got that all cleared out. It's like an immediate, let's see, it was from, here over. So that's 6 inches times 1, 2, 3 feet. So that's an extra 1.5 feet of square footage in here. When you only have 960 square feet, then 1.5 feet means a lot. Let me turn this guy off because
A little bit loud. That's my filter. I just have two of these guys set up in front of the fan. For now, happy with how that went. Except now I have a whole bunch of material. You saw the material pile here that's stacked up. A lot of this, I don't know what this is exactly. A lot of it I sell to a local guy as I pull it off, so I have enough to sell to him again, and then there will probably be a final one where I have the wood that's on that wall and the wood that's on this wall up to there that I can sell to him too. Okay, here we can see the difference between an uninsulated stud bay, and on the right is paper faced, on the left is still plywood faced. And then we can also see, let's see, right here there's an outlet hole. Maybe I'm too close. Okay, see the outlet hole there? And then it's a little bit cooler right around there, and you can see the outside through it too. So it's just as an example. And then this concrete block here, we can see the block at the bottom is cold as well. So I'm gonna take care of that. Surprisingly, I don't see any like leaks that I can really tell, but I guarantee there's a big leak coming in from that block there, because that's open to the rest of the wall that runs along outside there. While I have the thermal camera out, I can show you guys the the penstock. You guys can see it there. It's like 45 outside, and we can clearly see that the penstock there is warmer. Well, the creek's warm too. So just an interesting thing to see here. And then the garden hose you can see there too. Eaglebird was asking what I did to my finger, so you guys don't do the same thing. So here's what you do not do. You do not try to set a Yamaha Superjet 650 engine into a handmade cradle up off the floor with your finger underneath it. Do not do that, okay? This is a pinch. I didn't crush it. It was a pinch between something and something underneath it. And when I did that, I pulled my finger out. It had like a ridge, like the skin was displaced. So I pushed it back into place, and it made a sound, and it felt goofy. It sucked. So it's a little bit tender right now. I don't have any sensation on the tip of it, so that feels odd. I'm just sitting here editing this video together a few weeks later, and we can see that it's healing nicely. Okay, I got that cabinet moved out of here. I'm trying to remember exactly where it was when I first had the building. I want to say that it was mounted, or maybe not mounted, but sitting on the floor over here where the chest freezer is. I think that's approximately where this guy was. And then my dad and I had screwed it up to the wall over there before I built the new wall in front of it, and I had to take it down, and then it was just sitting over there. I was using it as a miter saw station, and then stuff to remove nails from boards. And now I put it up over here just to get it off of the floor, and now I can actually use it for things. I had it empty so I can move it around. It was just kind of like a stand for a little bit. So now I can actually put things in it. The back is not level, so I actually need to pull it out a hair to get it plumb and then clean up this mess. But that's another problem for another time. But now I have so much clear room in here. Like, there's almost an echo. Yeah. So it's empty enough that there's an echo, a noticeable echo, which is fantastic. I still have to take care of some of the boards. All of these I actually sell to, I think I mentioned in the last video, I sell to a guy, so I have to let him know that I have more that he can pick up. I sell them for like 50 cents a board foot, which would mean that a board like this would be maybe a quarter, I'm guessing. So there's only like maybe $10 of wood here. Unless I were to pull off more, but that's, again, a project for another time. I was thinking about taking this workbench that I built many years ago, before we actually owned the property even. Because I was using this garage as kind of a workshop before we owned it, because my wife was working as a veterinarian and the previous owner let me to work in here because I didn't have a workshop at our old house. So I built this workbench, and then later on I added this vise, which does work. It's fine. So I think maybe I need to move this workbench into here as kind of a temporary workbench, as well as something where I could put the camera on the tripod. And I'll put the tripod over here. And then what's kind of indicative of it right now, I have my 24 by 36 or 18 by 24, I'm not sure what size that is, softbox over there shining at me. It'd probably be closer in real life. Let's see if I can move it closer. Okay, without getting out an extension cord, that's as far as, actually that can come closer even. Yeah, that works pretty good. I have outlets in the ceiling for lights that I'm going to be putting in the future, so I just plugged it into one of those. And so I was going to put the workbench here, and then this would kind of be like my video studio corner, I'd say. It seems like it could work, but I'm not sure. Something like Tom Sanalander, is that how you say his last name? I forget it. He does 3D printing stuff, and he has a really nice set that he works in. So I'm trying to maybe replicate that a little bit, because I like it. It has some more interesting things back here besides these tubs. Or maybe for now, these tubs are interesting enough to leave up for now. I'm not sure. A few other additional comments. Here's my desk. I have a 50-inch TV above my desk with those speakers now. This TV was mounted over there where I hung up that cabinet, but I didn't use it anymore over there because I have this workshop area over here is now clear and ready to use. So I moved it from that spot and hung that cabinet up because that's the only spot that cabinet would work. The cabinet's like 4 feet wide and the opening's 4.5 feet, so it fit perfect. And then I had to put the TV somewhere, so I put it up here. And I was just going to use the stock mount that it comes with, but when I had it mounted over there, I had it on a wall mount. And I had to put it back on the wall mount so that I could tilt it down to look at me better. Yeah, further back, close up to the concrete, because I'm going to be carrying my hand inside. The less I have to carry it, the better. All right, that's good. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, it is. It just started. Yep.
Well, I just got part of my order. I had ordered 34 sheets of this 5/8 fire rated. You see it's pink or reddish, you know, it should be fire rated. For whatever reason, they only gave me the 30 instead of the additional 4. The guy missed it, so he'll be right back. And here it is, all moved inside. I put ratchet straps around it because, well, if you guys know plywood, it likes to warp on you if you let it. So I strap it tight until I'm ready to use it, which should be within like a day or two. So all of this plywood is going to go on the ceiling. And then I have to figure out a way of keeping like gaps in it. I don't know if I'm going to do the plywood as we come across doing the the cellulose, or if I'm going to do all the plywood and I'll leave a few spots open to blow cellulose in and then close the hatch and then fill that in from the next open hole. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with that. We'll see in probably a future video. And then this is all the foam not foam. Why do I keep saying foam? This is part of the cellulose that's going to go in the ceiling. It's 16 inches deep, 24 by 42. It'll be somewhat loose fill, so I don't know how many bags it'll actually require. I have to calculate that still.
I also love making pizza, especially pizza with fried cheese, just like this, out of a hot oven.
Apparently there were some deer in the yard last night too, in this area. They must have been playing or fighting. Maybe it was 2 bucks they were scrambling. I don't know. And it looks like they walked off in that direction.
Well, I hope you guys like this second installment of interesting videos that are collected in a somewhat chronological order that isn't necessarily in line with other videos that I have put out recently. And here's a deer that was maybe skirmishing in the yard earlier, and the same day, a few hours earlier, I saw 3 deer in the same exact spot. So that's it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in a future video as I edit together my backlog of videos.